Can Georges St-Pierre prove he's the greatest fighter in UFC history? When GSP first stepped into the octagon in 2004 and defeated Karo Parisien, it was more than a fight. It was the birth of a legend. He combined creative and tactical striking with a grinding wrestling style to dominate the welterweight division. After falling short in his first title shot against then champion Matt Hughes, the Pride of Canada would earn his chance at redemption in a rematch with the UFC Hall of Famer in 2006. At UFC 65, St-Pierre and Hughes fought an epic battle, and this time, it was GSP who came out on top with a second-round TKO. On that night, a new champion was crowned, a king had taken his throne. But after a stunning upset loss to Matt Serra at UFC 69 cost him the title, St-Pierre was faced with the biggest challenge to date. GSP dominated Serra in their rematch and took back his belt, showing once again why he was worthy of being called the greatest. For the next 6 years, St-Pierre was unstoppable. He took on all challengers, including a rematch with Hall of Famer BJ Penn, and he successfully defended his title 9 consecutive times, the most in the history of the UFC welterweight division. These successes were amplified by his growing status outside the octagon as an iconic athlete with high-profile endorsement deals and feature film roles. In 2013, after 25 career victories and 2 championship reigns, St-Pierre decided to step away from the game. The most dominant fighter of his generation, he felt he had nothing left to prove. Until now. The rise of Michael Bisping, UFC's all-time leader in wins, has called GSP back to the octagon. An early winner of the Ultimate Fighter, England's Bisping helped to put his country on the MMA map. In 2016, he won the sport's richest prize as he defeated Luke Rockhold for the UFC middleweight title. After avenging a loss to Dan Henderson later that year, Bisping set his sights on the biggest challenge of all. George has heard the whispers. He's too old, too slow, too long away from the game to take on a real champion. The whispers became a shout when Bisping called him out ahead of and during their press conference, strategically taunting GSP by calling him a boring fighter and saying that he used wrestling because he was scared of a real stand-up fight. At UFC 217, Georges St-Pierre isn't just fighting to become one of the only athletes in UFC history to be a 3-time champion. He's returning to the octagon to let the world know that the legend still lives.